Hello and welcome to today's episode, where we will be exploring the fascinating world of gravity and the gravity of Earth. Have you ever wondered why everything falls to the ground when we drop it? Or why the moon stays in orbit around the Earth? The answer to both of these questions is gravity. Gravity is a force that acts between two objects in space, pulling them towards each other. The strength of this force depends on two things: the mass of the objects and the distance between them. The more massive an object is, the stronger its gravitational pull will be. And the farther apart two objects are, the weaker their gravitational pull will be. The Earth has a much greater mass than the Moon, so it has a much stronger gravitational pull. This is why the Moon stays in orbit around the Earth and doesn't fly off into space. The same is true for satellites that orbit the Earth. They are constantly being pulled towards the Earth by its gravity, but they are also moving quickly enough to stay in orbit. This same concept applies to planets orbiting stars and moons orbiting planets. The gravitational pull between the two objects keeps them in orbit, just like the Earth and the Moon. But what exactly is gravity? How does it work? To answer that, we need to look at the theory of general relativity, which was developed by Albert Einstein in 1915. Einstein realized that gravity isn't just a force between two objects, but it's actually the result of massive objects bending the fabric of spacetime. The more massive an object is, the more it bends spacetime, and the greater its gravitational pull will be. And anything that passes by this bent spacetime will be pulled towards the massive object. This is why everything falls to the ground when we drop it. The Earth is bending the fabric of spacetime, and anything that gets too close is pulled towards it. So now that we have a basic understanding of gravity and how it works, let's talk about the gravity of Earth. The Earth's gravity is what keeps us all firmly planted on the ground. It's what makes it possible for us to walk and jump and run. But it also affects the way we live in many other ways. Example, the Earth's gravity is what causes the tides to rise and fall. When the Moon is closest to the Earth, its gravitational pull is strongest, and it causes the oceans to bulge out in that direction. This creates high tides. When the Moon is farthest away, its gravitational pull is weakest, and the ocean waters recede, causing low tides. The Earth's gravity is also what keeps our atmosphere from drifting away into space. It's what keeps the air we breathe close to the surface of the planet. And it's what helps to regulate our climate, keeping temperatures within a range that is suitable for life. The Earth's gravity is also what makes it possible for us to launch rockets into space. When a rocket is launched, it needs to escape the pull of the Earth's gravity in order to reach space. This is called the escape velocity, and it's the minimum speed that a rocket needs to reach in order to break free from the Earth's gravity. But the Earth's gravity also has some challenges. For example, it can make it difficult to launch satellites into orbit. The satellites need to be moving quickly enough to stay in orbit, but not so quickly that they escape the pull of the Earth's gravity altogether. It's a delicate balance, and it requires careful calculations and precise launches. And the Earth's gravity can also make it difficult for astronauts to work and live in space. They need to be in a low enough orbit to still be within the pull of the Earth's gravity, but not so low that they experience the effects of drag from the atmosphere. And they also need to be far enough away from the Earth's gravity that they can maneuver their spacecraft and perform tasks without being pulled back down. But despite these challenges, the Earth's gravity is essential to our lives and our survival. It keeps us firmly planted on the ground, it helps regulate our climate, and it makes it possible for us to explore and learn about our world and the universe around us. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you learned something new about gravity and the gravity of Earth. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more science and technology content.